Sup, snakes? So the Fallout TV show is definitely getting impacted by the various strikes occurring in Hollywood, and today's video I'm going to break down why I think that is and kind of follow up on this video I made back in May about how the writer's strike could potentially impact the release date of the Fallout TV show. I now think that potential has been met, considering everywhere you look in official interviews, the date has been pushed from 2023 to 2024. So we're going to talk a little bit about why that is, give an update to why this is happening and what other evidence I'm seeing of this delay occurring. While we have not gotten an official announcement, we have gotten a lot of the dates changed from 2023 to 2024 since we initially were told there was a tentative 2023-2024 release, like from 2023 through 2024. That ain't happening, y'all. So without further ado, watch 2 of my videos. Mama's almost monetized, and let's get into it. Intro. I think you like my song a lot. Okay, anyway, so yeah, I feel like when I initially made this video, a lot of people were like, Nikki, you're wrong, it's in post-production, there's no way it would be impacted by the writer's strike, and I was like, no, it's gonna get impacted by the writer's strike. Y'all don't realize what a big deal this writer's strike is. It is a huge deal. And that deal just got huger because in solidarity with the Writers Guild of America, we have now gotten a strike from SAG-AFTRA in solidarity with them as of July 14th, this statement comes, and there's a lot of like caveats to this. So I know a lot of people are going to say they're in post-production. It's not going to impact them. It's not going to impact them. Hold for a moment. Hold. Because there's some key things in this list of what these union members cannot do. Now, they can do some things like act on Broadway, but they can't do a lot of other things, including like normal acting on screen. But there's a few reasons laid out in this list that I think that this is going to impact the Fallout TV show pretty heavily, especially since we're now in post-production. And some of these things are actually important in post-production. So let's kind of break it down. They issued this announcement. Performing work on on TV theatrical contracts must be withheld, so they can't meet their contract requirements. And these are people who are in this union, which is a considerable amount of Hollywood. Like, it's a lot of people. So of the withheld services, things I think that are specific to post-production, if we look at it right here, there is a considerable amount of stuff that could be in post-production. Particularly here on this list, like narration is something we definitely would do in post-production, not pre-production or not active filming. You would do narration after the end. And we know that the Fallout narrator is definitely striking. He's spoken out against this strike, Ron Perlman, or, you know, against what they're striking against. Quite a bit in very strong terms. Strong enough terms where I can't even play them on YouTube because it would upset the YouTube. Anyway, that's a big one. That's a big post-production thing that you're going to need to complete a television show narration that now we cannot do because these actors can't do it. And here's another massive post-production thing that they now cannot do. It's any promotion or publicity of the thing that they're making. So tours, personal appearance, interviews, conventions, fan expos, festivals, panels, premieres, screenings, award shows, podcast appearances, social media, like what? That is so many things that they can't do to promote their new show. Now, if you don't know, new shows rely on these kind of like promotions to be known. Like, yeah, the studio can release a trailer with what they already have, but it is not going to be the same way as, like, you know, Pedro Pascal going on Hot Ones and talking about The Last of Us. You know, that's like a different energy than just like HBO or Max, as it's called now, releasing a trailer with him in it. Totally different things, right? And which are you going to see more of? I personally watch more Hot Ones episodes than I do HBO trailers, you know? So I think this is huge, especially when you consider that the Fallout TV show does not have an established audience. Yes, it will have established fans in that Fallout fans, but a lot of Fallout fans don't even know this show is happening, have never heard of it, don't have Amazon Prime, which is where it's airing. So a lot of factors at play here for making this have a massive impact on people, like, even knowing about the show's existence. So no, I really, really think that the show is going to be delayed and going to be delayed considerably because a lot of these like interviews and things like that also need production time and aren't turned around like that. You know, it does take time to make these things, to do these appearances, to edit them, to produce them, to pump them out. Like even the like smaller creators, you know, a lot of these creators have like editing and editors and a lot of things behind them that help with this kind of stuff. But that stuff, if they're in SAG, you know, they can't do it. So huge deal for post-production. And circling back up here, in post-production, you do need to film inserts. Sometimes you need to re-record a line that was not able to be heard. Sometimes you need to go do extra scenes, things like this that the actors simply cannot do because of this strike. And the strike is super clear. If you're not in SAG or AFTRA and you go against these things, you do these things, you cross the picket line, you won't be considered for this union ever in the future. And this is a super powerful union. So yes, the Fallout TV show 100% is going to be impacted by this strike. You know what? I think we need to listen to Ron Perlman as best we can with him swearing. But yeah.
The motherfucker
Bleeped.
who said we're going to keep this thing going until people start losing their houses and their apartments. Listen to me, motherfucker. There's a lot of ways to lose your house. Some of it is financial, some of it is karma, and some of it is just figuring out who the said that. And we know who said that, and where he lives. There's a lot of ways to lose your house. You wish that on people. You wish that families starve while you're making $27 million a year for creating nothing. Be careful, motherfucker. Be really careful. Because that's the kind of that stirs up.
Yeah. Ron, intense. You're very intense, Ron. But can you imagine a Fallout TV show without Ron? I sure can't. And if they can't do narration or voiceover in any way, and clearly Ron's not working right now, y'all. Ron is not crossing that picket line. Ron does not release a video talking about studio executives who are allegedly making people lose their homes, and saying very extreme things here, without and then turn around and be a scab. Ron's not gonna be a scab. Ron is not working right now, y'all. Ron is like, don't do it. So clearly Ron is, not going to cross that picket line. Not going to cross all those picket lines. It's multiple at this point. So I really think, guys, you know what? I know the Fallout TV show is going to be delayed. And there's even more evidence, of course. So this is a little old. It's an article talking about how it's in 2024. I remember initially it was supposed to be 2023. So there's that, but there's more. So Prime, which is where the Fallout TV show is going to air, is delaying other shows actively right now, including their Blade Runner series and including an incredibly well-established show with a fan base that wouldn't necessarily need promotion, Boys Season 4, due to the writer's strike. So I don't know how we could get away with all of these other shows and things being delayed and not have the writer's strike delay, or not have the writer's strike and SAG-AFTRA delay the Fallout television show. Just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they're going to release a show that's virtually unknown. Yes, Fallout fans somewhat know about it, but every time I share it, people are like, there's a show happening? What? Yeah, I don't see how we get away with the Fallout TV show, just coming out inexplicably amidst all these strikes. So I'm thinking it's going to be 2024 to potentially 2025 if these strikes continue, which it seems like there's no end in sight for these strikes. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think I'm right? Because I'm right, guys. Tell me I'm wrong. Prove it. Anyway, have a safe and wonderful day in the wasteland, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.